Hello YouTube, this is Ben Gessel. This is kind of part two, a little bit of what I was talking about earlier today. A little bit. Actually more yesterday, or last night. And I'll mention a few other things here in just a bit. In case you're wondering, again, this is all my landlord stuff. A bunch of ships and a little bit of a statue of Jesus, etc., and a fan box, and a picture of ships. My landlord likes ships and things, so maybe not quite to the extent that some people do, but anyway, it's a nice little touch, of course. I've always liked it. So this is in regard to that house I was mentioning nearby where I live that has this sign. Now, what I maybe I should have noticed this earlier, and one of these days I might walk you guys by this fence where all this stuff is, so you can see for yourself what's over here. You know, to tell you the truth, it's actually pretty nice. I might have misjudged them a little bit, and let me explain myself. So these folks, where this fence is, not only do they have this sign out, but they have all these paintings, all these pictures that they have hung outside their fence. And because Kenmore is a very low crime area, because we all it's a really nice place. It's very low crime. I recommend if you are planning on getting a house or even an apartment in this area, by all means, it's a good area. Depending on the neighborhood, a little bit, depending on what you want and what things you don't want, I suppose. But, and goodness knows, we all love those little signs that say, go slow, with this little guy with the hat on. That's always fun to see. With speed bumps everywhere. That's always nice. And then in the ensuing... yeah. Anyway. That's another subject for a different time. I might have mentioned this in another video already. This speed limit / kids playing in the street / what the heck kind of thing. Speed limits are everywhere. They're everywhere. They don't do anything. They don't really help your car too much. I'll put it that way. So anyway, yes, this sign. So this is what it actually says. In addition to the more or less benign sign of Black Lives Matter, which I think I know what it means, but a lot of people like to carry that to an extreme. Okay, so it also says women's rights are human rights. Nothing really wrong with that, but it's also with the implication of, so are you implying that I don't believe that by having this sign? Same thing with the first statement. The next one is science is real. So what does that mean exactly? I don't believe that science is real? That somehow what a lot of people that believe a certain way say maybe more conservative views aren't as scientific in our viewpoints? Is that what this sign is saying? Is that what it's saying? There's always the implied trains of thought here, folks. And if anything, this very last statement, science is real, might be the most irksome of the three so far. But let me keep going. We're only halfway done here. Water is life. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that statement. I agree with that in a physical sense, I suppose. This next one is, in religious freedom, love is love. I can only assume that this is talking somewhat about homosexuality or something along those lines. I don't really have any beef with this, but I could be totally mistaken. It's a little bit too vague of a statement really for me to be. I just haven't heard of this statement before. And the last statement, kindness is everything, that kind of is totally fine to say something like that. It's like, of course you have all of these signs, of course. A lot of churches have these billboards everywhere. And most of the time it says something about some scripture that's just something that's pretty universally appealing, And you could say, oh, this is what churches do is the same thing as what this house is doing. It's not a big deal. That's all fine and good. Again, I knew that there was something in these 6 little things that in my neighborhood that I'm living in, that at least one of them was just like, what? And maybe for me, the biggest thing is the statement, science is real. Because I believe in science, but I believe in a lot of things, or some things that people that say that they're very scientific don't believe in. So, I knew there's something up, and I knew something was up with this sign, and maybe it was just that one statement that was really bugging me. But whatever it was, it did seem very, it's not the sort of thing I would do. I don't do that stuff. If someone wants to ask me about what I believe or how I feel about something, that's fine. Or if I put that out on YouTube, video, or if I publish a book and someone buys it, that all these things are just fine in my opinion. But when you put something out there for everyone to see, if it's in the view of everybody, I kind of think it should be something that it shouldn't be the sort of thing that keeps bugging people. That's the driving, or they just ignore it. And again, that sign is not obnoxious enough for it to be an issue. I think. I just think that we're not all liberal hippies in Western Washington, so don't force it down our throats, folks. At the very least, if you're saying that I have to believe in evolution and I have to believe in everything you think that science says that conservatives somehow don't believe in because we're somehow less scientific, I don't know. So aside from all this stuff, right, there was something else I wanted to mention. I think I mentioned something about neighborhood associations in the past. So why would anybody really want to live in a neighborhood where people were not allowed to do stuff like this? I still think people should be allowed to do something like this. People should be allowed to put something up in their fence that bothers the heck out of me. I believe that because it's their human right. So I might complain about it however much I want to, but I still think it's that person's right to put what they want to on their fence, so long as it isn't like something that's like pornographic or something like that. I mean, within reason, but geez. I mean, this is the problem with neighborhood associations. They expect every single house to look exactly the same. Everything must be it's their house. Why can't the person that owns their own house do things the way they want to do them, as long as they're not really, being a public nuisance? Some things that you really shouldn't do. Like, I don't know, something like dress up like a clown and be a star in the community, supposedly, and then you kill boys and teenagers and young men, and you do bad things with their bodies, and you dump their bodies underneath your house. Yes, I'm talking about that one guy in Chicago. What's his name? The killer clown guy. Yeah, I realize that neighborhood associations exist, for a lot of reasons, but they are very stupid. They're stupid. Nobody. Why? If you have something like that, then if anybody gets a house or any kind of place or condo or anything that's in a neighborhood association, you're planning to be there for a long time, then you better darn be fully 100% in agreement with all their rules. You should know what they are. You should be like, this makes sense. This doesn't. This doesn't. Nope, this is okay. Nope, we're done. I'm looking somewhere else. Right? It should be like that. If you're planning on living there for a long time, that is. These neighborhood associations they're just ridiculous. Just I can't say enough bad things about them. And if they keep the riffraff out, okay. But again, I think that if you spend a ton of money, I mean a ton of money, over years and years and years and years and years of your life, why the devil would you agree to these stupid rules to be in place? I mean, I don't know, some neighborhood associations can have rules about if you have kids, like where can your kids play? And I don't know, I mean, like you, you tell me. But like this some of the stuff strikes me as being very, you can get into the whole Gestapo thing, right? Controlling, right? No way in heck do I want to live someplace that's controlling like that. So screw them. Screw the neighborhood associations. I hate them. Anyway, was there anything else I wanted to mention in this video? This particular one. I think that's about it. I just, people put some dumb stuff out there, but it's their right to. I still have the right to say this is kind of dumb, but this I like. That's still my right as well. I'm not going to bother these folks. That's why, I want to be kind of careful when I film this stuff. Not that I'm not trying to be sneaky, or certainly not trying to be sneaky, and I'm not trying to be whatever. I'm just, it'd be nice for you guys to see what kind of sign this is. And then all the beautiful paintings that these guys have out that someone can just come along and steal if they have the immoral scruples to do so. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Take care. Bye.